Dopamine is often misunderstood as a pleasure chemical, but in reality, it is the molecule of motivation and anticipation. It is the driving force that pushes us to act, explore, and achieve. Understanding how it works is the first step to mastering your own focus. In the brain, dopamine functions as a signaling system. When you anticipate a reward, like a tasty meal or a notification on your phone, dopamine levels spike. This spike creates the craving, or the itch, that compels you to take action to get that reward. This system evolved to help our ancestors survive. Dopamine motivated them to seek out scarce resources like high-calorie food or social connection. However, in 2026, we live in a world of supernormal stimuli, where rewards are everywhere and effortless to find. Every time you scroll through a social media feed, you receive a tiny hit of dopamine. Because the content is unpredictable, your brain stays locked in a loop of just one more. This can lead to a state of constant distraction, making deep focus impossible. Psychologically, this creates a dopamine baseline. If we constantly overstimulate ourselves with quick hits of digital pleasure, our baseline rises. Eventually, normal activities like reading a book or working on a machine start to feel boring and unappealing. This is where the concept of a dopamine fast comes in. By temporarily removing high-stimulation activities, we allow our brain's receptors to reset. This restores our ability to find joy in slower, more meaningful tasks that require sustained attention. Humans must treat and care for their neurological health just as they would care for a fine locomotive. If you overheat your brain with constant stimulation, you cause wear and tear on your ability to concentrate and feel genuine satisfaction in your work. In a state of balanced dopamine, we find it easier to reach the flow state we discussed earlier. When our reward system isn't hijacked by notifications, we can dedicate our full mental energy to the task at hand, whether it is art, science, or engineering. Nature facts show us that animals also rely on this system. A squirrel caching nuts is driven by dopamine. The difference is that the squirrel's reward is tied to a physical effort that benefits its survival, whereas our rewards are often empty and digital. Caring for your dopamine levels involves friction. By making it harder to access distractions, like putting your phone in another room, you reduce the constant pull of the dopamine loop. This simple act of care preserves your mental energy for what matters. Edutainment reminds us that we are the operators of our own biology. If you treat your brain like a disposable tool, it will eventually fail you. If you treat it with respect and provide it with high-quality fuel and rest, it will perform brilliantly. Physiological health also plays a role. Sleep deprivation and poor diet can wreak havoc on your dopamine production. To keep your engine running smoothly, you must provide the basic building blocks that allow your neurotransmitters to function correctly. When you achieve a difficult goal, the dopamine release feels different. It is a slow burn satisfaction rather than a quick spike. This earned dopamine reinforces the habit of hard work and persistence, leading to a more resilient and focused mind. To master your focus, start by identifying your dopamine triggers. Is it the sound of a ping? The sight of a specific app icon? Once you recognize the signal, you can consciously choose to ignore the craving and stay focused on your primary objective. The European perspective on digital well-being emphasizes this balance. Many are choosing to unplug during the weekends to reconnect with nature and tactile hobbies. This intentional care for the mind is what allows for true creativity to flourish. In conclusion, dopamine is a powerful tool when understood and respected. By managing your environment and your habits, you can harness this chemical to drive you toward your highest potential. Treat your mind with care, and it will take you anywhere.